Hello, Nourish. Happy hump day. I am so excited to share with you. I know June is Father's Day, so I am interviewing fathers. I want to get the unique perspective of what fathers have to say about being a father. And this week, we're going to be talking to Aaron Baker. He is actually my second cousin in the UK. And the reason why I have chose him, because I love his post about his relationship with his daughters. And I wanted him to share some insight from his perspective of what it means to be a girl dad. So, Aaron.
So hi guys, just thought I'd come on today and try and talk to you about my experiences. Being a father for me has been an absolute blessing. It very much drives me in terms of work, in terms of everything I do within my life. It certainly has its ups, it has its challenges from times, but it certainly really drives me to do everything I do in life. You know, everything changes, I think, when you become a dad, and hopefully I've had some experiences that can help some other people through some challenges, and equally I know certainly it's brought me a lot of joy through the time. So yeah, that's what I've jumped on to speak about.
Okay. Well, why don't you tell us about your daughters, their ages, and let's start there.
Okay, so got two daughters. First is Jasmine. She is 15 now, and then her younger sister is Olivia, who has very recently turned 7. So both doing very well, both happy, bubbly. Obviously, with the recent times we've experienced, you know, they've had their challenges, sort of staying at home and those kind of things. Well, you know, we've had some good times and some good memories.
Okay. So, what does it mean to you to be a girl dad or to have daughters? You know, quite often we hear the importance of, boys having their fathers, but we hear less about girls having their dads. As a dad, what does that mean to you to have daughters?
Well, for me, it's wonderful. You know, it's again, you know, you have moments, especially having a teenage daughter, where um, things can get a little bit directed towards mum, in terms of what they want to share with you. But for me, it's been wonderful having sort of two little princesses. I've always felt they're both pretty much daddy's girls, and to me, it's made me feel like a king in the castle to a certain extent. I think from my perspective, is so important that I be I show them what it is to be loved by a male, be protected by a male, and how important that role is. I think is I suppose as a dad, sometimes it gets labelled as this kind of fun role, which it certainly is. You know, I think both my girls feel at times they've got me wrapped around their little finger, and they certainly have, to a certain extent. But yeah, it's been nothing but a positive experience for me, and generally because, you know, I suppose I do work a lot. I'm out at work. I try and make the time I have with them as special as I can. And you know, we've done so many fun things through the years in terms of sort of holidays and day trips, and you know, teaching them to ride bikes and read books and stories, and really trying to make it a positive experience for them. I think a lot of dads can kind of go out and earn, you know, their breadwinner perhaps in their household, which I think is super important. But equally, spending that time, and squeezing that time in and making sure it's not necessarily about the amount of time that you spend, but making sure it's quality time, and that you leave your mark with them, and that they're learning from you, and getting joy from the experience.
Said, especially when you start talking about teaching your daughters what it means to be loved and cared for. Um, can you just
For
elaborate?
me, you know, I come from a family, as you all know, that has a lot of, you know, a lot of strong female characters, and I think in the world we live in, it's really important for me them to be strong, confident characters. And I think that only comes from, you know, your education, your backing, that feeling loved, that special feeling. You know, I was blessed with, you know, two great parents that, you know, I went to for different things at times. My dad, probably the same as me, very much sort of went out and was sort of the breadwinner, but he certainly made me feel special in the time that we did spend together. It certainly spent the time, even now as a grown man, you know, my dad will take the time and, you know, if it's, I'm redecorating the house, or I'm doing something that perhaps is a challenge to me, I can turn to him and use his experience, and he'll go, right, yeah, no problem, I'll come round, I'll help you, I'll educate you, and pass on the things he's learned through the years. I think for me, it's certainly the same with the girls. If there's anything I can help them with their learning. I mean, more recently, Jasmine's wanted to get into sort of martial arts and kickboxing, and it's been really great for me. It's not certainly something I thought I'd be taking on, you know, a couple of years back. You know, at 40, I'm going to be starting doing martial arts, but it's been a great way for us to connect, and something for us to learn together. And I think it's really important that especially as she's become older, I think with girls, they'll start to go down a path that perhaps I don't understand, you know, as little girls, and being able to go out and play with them and do things that are just fun has been great and easy for us to connect. As Jasmine in particular has got older, I've had to work hard as a dad to stay connected and stay being able to be involved in things in her life, which is why I've kind of gone down that route of, you know, we'll do this martial arts together, and it's been really fun. But like I said, I think I take a lot of my experiences, and how I am with my girls is very much mirrored in the experience that I've had with my dad, not necessarily always having all the time in the world, but he set aside special time where he'd, you know, take me out for the day, or take me to participate in sports and be involved at that level. And it's been a source of my strength, and I still turn to him in times now. You know, I could be making a big decision in my life, probably one of the first people I pick up the phone to. Oh, Dad, you know, it's not that I need his sign off, but it's important to me. I go, I'm doing this, Dad, what do you think about this idea? And you know, he'll give me his opinions and his direction. It's not necessarily that I'll go in that direction, but it's so super important to me that he understands what I'm doing, and what his thoughts and opinions are. And I'd hope in years to come that it will be the same. It'll be the same with my girls. That
Really love the way you explain that. That was absolutely perfect. And as you know, I'm a daddy's girl, to the marrow. And one of the things that you said that kind of hit home to me is when you have that strong fatherly presence in your life, and you do go back and they understand that you have a good foundation to make that decision on your own.
mm-hmm.
And I think they understand that you basically just want to share the experience with them, you know, and you're not obligated.
Yeah, just with the experience that I've had over the years, I want to give the biggest thing I want to give my girls is not necessarily direction, but the confidence to go out and make their decisions for them to, you know, I never thought I'd hear myself saying it, but, you know, Jasmine's at that point next year where she'll be doing her, you know, her A levels. And, you know, all I say to her is, look, you know, and get the best education you can, not so that you can, you know, go and do this job or that job, but so that you've got the choices to do so. Gain the confidence and the experience now, so that later on in life, if you choose to go in whatever direction you want, you know, you could be anything. And that's down to you. It's your one life. It's your life to live. Do what you want with it, but get your education now. It's super important for you to do that. She's very driven and very confident already. And, you know, I look at her as, you know, she's going to go far in life. You know, Olivia, for me equally. She's still at a very young age. She just turned 7, but I love them when they achieve little milestones, little goals in their life. Where just this weekend she achieved another badge in gymnastics, and it's lovely to see the confidence and the happiness it brings her to just be learning something and enjoying something else in life. It makes me feel like I've achieved something when they get, they pick up their little awards or they do something that makes them really happy. It's probably, it gives me more joy or happiness than if I, done something good at work or great at work or experienced something. When they do something that they're super proud of, it just makes you feel great.
So, as we're wrapping up, can you tell me what brings you your greatest joy as a dad?
I talk to my wife about this quite often. I am never more content in life than when, sometimes we just all be at home. And, sometimes we could be in different rooms, sometimes we could be in the room together. But when I walk through my home and, I see Olivia maybe upstairs playing with her Barbies and just so contented and happy and sort of laughing and singing away in her room. And Jasmine, she might be sort of nestled away on her laptop or on her phone or something along those measures. My wife's sitting and maybe watching some programs in the front room. There's nothing that brings me more joy to see all 3 of those special ladies in my life just happy, just contented. I think in life we chase goals, we chase dreams, we chase aspirations, but I think one of the things that we take for granted sometimes is just to be happy, healthy, and content. And